Since the beginning of MMOs, most games have used the Trinity system, which is in short the idea that each player fills a single role. Guild Wars 2 handles this differently, and understanding the way it works will help you to be a better player from day one. You might be asking yourself, how exactly is Guild Wars 2 different? Well, the first way in which it's different is that everyone fulfills every role all the time. In Guild Wars 2, everyone has access to defensive abilities and their own unique kills which, if used correctly, ensure their own safety. Furthermore, you will always have DPS abilities on your action bars. So what does this mean? It means that you are responsible for not only keeping yourself alive, but also for healing your teammates and dealing DPS to your enemies all at the same time. So essentially, everyone fills all three roles at the same time. With no Trinity system, it's important that you know all of your abilities. Every class has a pretty large pool of skills to choose from, and since at any given time you may have to take a few hits for your group, it's a good idea that you understand what all of your skills do. You should also know what skills you have and how they can benefit your group in any given situation. You may have heard of the saying, "Don't bring a knife to a gunfight," and in Guild Wars 2 that saying could not be more accurate. Sometimes being up in the face of a dragon isn't a great idea, and for those special occasions you should know you always have access to ranged weapons and abilities. You should also know when it's best to switch to a ranged weapon, or when it's best to get up into melee range. Currently, melee are considered to be a higher DPS than ranged. However, a dead player does 0 DPS. With that being said, the best rule to go by is that if you are confident that you will not die, then go melee. Otherwise, keep your distance and use those range attacks. One of my favorite features about Guild Wars 2 is that you can play with anyone. One of the major benefits to not using a traditional Trinity system is that you're not restricting your players to playing with certain class combinations. In other words, a group of 5 engineers could team up and run a dungeon without having to look for a healer or a tank, because they're all healers and tanks. This means that you can play with your friends and guildmates without having to waste your time looking for the perfect group combination.